music to feel kind of immersed in what we're playing through. And so for it not playing from Spotify, I was a little devastated, definitely thrown off. But the matter has been resolved. Again, I do hope everyone is having a lovely Tuesday night. I know I've had a great start to mine. Despite starting late, I had some great times with a friend. And now we are here to slice and frequently dice. Let's get started on hard mode. I also just made myself a cup of coffee. I'll have to retrieve that in just a second. Do I need to turn Spotify down? I think I'm going to turn it down just a touch. There we go. Alrighty, what are we working with? Mana Debt. The first spell you cast each fight costs +2 mana. Look at our classes. Mage is such a solid start. Lost is a good one. Hoarder is acceptable. I love Squire. Mystic is like right in the middle of the road, I think. I think Monster HP is quite manageable. Let's try it. Battling Thorn and Goblin here. So really, if we just give some block and get the damage to kill Thorn, then this is a fairly simple fight. Let's look for a block for our Hoarder. Okay. I think that does it. Just like that. That's simple enough. Seer versus Gambler. I had a Seer run earlier today on my laptop, and I really enjoyed it. Seer's pretty good. I need to give more value to Seer, especially with Foretell. 3 mana to invest into the gain of 4 mana, and you can cast it multiple times. And I saw how you can really start to scale with it. Of course, that's more for like mid-range games, right? You need to have some sort of scaling, and that kind of does it in itself a little bit. It's viable, to say the least. Pastor Master, hello! Hope you're doing well today. Thank you for the good luck. I very much appreciate it. Hope your runs have been going well. Hope your Tuesday has been splendid. Starting with some hard mode today. Seeing where it takes us. Might go into loot mode next. I don't know exactly what we're feeling today. Dave, hope you're doing well. Happy to see you, pal. Hope all grades are coming in still well for you. And that your week of work has been manageable. Let's see. I think Squire wants to do this, right? Hoarder probably doesn't want to take any more damage. Still waiting. Yeah, same. Same. I got one more today. I had patent law received, and I actually still am waiting on, of course, ME as well as actually healthcare law. So I've been playing the waiting game for a hot minute, but it's okay. I'm not tremendously upset. Okay, Spotify is doing some whack things, and I'm not about it. What is up? Law office management. Yeah, I who else took that? Kyle. Kyle took that. I remember him telling me about that. And that it was one interesting class to say the least. Oh, what do we want here? I don't think we're gonna realistically kill a wolf under these conditions. Lost can certainly do better. Order can do better. I think everybody can do it. Big waste of time. Yeah, that seems on brand of what I heard. Unfortunately. Ouch. That was a very, I don't know if I want to say ineffective, but uneventful turn, to say the least. Yikes. I'm not a fan of 3X's. 2 damage, single use. Acceptable. This can actually just kill that wolf. Squire can be protected. We can do Mystic Squire actions on Squire to double the focus. Let's do this. Let's do that. We'll do a little bit of and finish it with an oh yeah. Do we want the reroll? I don't think so. Nothing in particular that is going to massively benefit from an extra roll. Love that. Like this. Order can do better. We definitely want 3 mana if possible. Bingo. Let's try to high roll Hoarder. Okay. Okay, so no one is dying here. We're gonna gain our mana. Archer can just die at the start of next turn. I think that's acceptable. Yeah. Everybody's living. All the people that are dying need to die. Coin. I don't think I've seen coin before. +1 to the left side cannot be locked. Ooh. Infused herbs. Replace the bottom side with heal 2, regen, cleanse, and mana cost. So what left side would we want to gain benefit from? At the same time, we can't lock it in. I would imagine that something in the cantrip nature would be optimal for that. With how many X's we have, or just like minimal value, don't see a lot of usage for this. Let's do a random tier 1. No HP penalty when defeated. I guess I'll use that for Hoarder just because of the pain. You could go into like a is it Berserker and Barbarian line? That's what's at least immediately beneficial. Nothing overwhelmingly effective at the current moment, but it's something. We have 2 mana. We can rampage. I think we should optimize whatever Lost has for us. We can also change the squires. Let's do this. Get some rolling action. Please? Oh, okay. I like that. So I think we're going to do something like this. Yep, I'm a fan. Yeah, let's attack the rat. Oof. Two damage? Yeah, I'll take the 2 damage. And then Squire can protect itself. Love the Venom Bow. I can accept the 1 mana. Easy. Just be bursting that boar down. And it should be in the bag. Be very difficult to imagine a scenario where we don't get this damage. The Armorer and the Vampire. I feel like this was very similar to the run that I played on my laptop earlier. We both had a seer. We had the Armor and the Vampire. But now we're choosing between these two classes, the gray and the red here. So how do we feel about that? Armor and like some ranged is pretty good. I don't think anything is a mega benefit to the Shield Smith. maybe Mystics shield mana heal side, you know. But then on the other hand, I feel like Vampire is just good stats, right? Plus the max HP to all characters. That's gonna be a benefit that sticks around as you scale. So Vampire it is in my mind. I wouldn't mind max HP again, as stated. Okay. Let's gain this 3 mana to foretell, so that way we have 4 mana. Again, like as I said, I had an earlier run. I had to where um, we could keep on foretelling into more value, and I really saw the effect of that, or how beneficial that action really is. Underrated seer previously. Don't think I need those. Acceptable here. Should we infuse? I would think that's pretty good. Or we could foretell for even more mana, and we can always just infuse next turn. And even if we don't need to infuse, maybe we can just burst down. Do we get there? I don't think we get there. Do we get there? We do get there. Wow. Okay, I'm having some serious deja vu because I also took twin daggers in my other run. It's feeling very weird for me. Could always put it on the hoarder. I'm not particularly interested in these. Cantrip gaming easy. Oh yeah, I feel like it's very on brand. Mana potion, 5 mana drink, and it's exhausted or discarded. This is just simple damage. That's good, right? Not a, to mention of the dopamine hit that you get by rolling these, but I think this is just good stats, right? Especially because the hoarder. I don't know. I'm not crazy about the hoarder. So we'll try this. Give me 60 seconds. Let me let my puppies in, and I'm going to grab my coffee that I just brewed. One moment, please. Alrighty. Snake and a double appearance of Goblin. How about you gobble these cantrips? Squire. I think we can protect the Lost here. That's your best roll. That's pretty good. Steve, thank you. It was a weak joke, but I had to make it. Fortel? I really I really do appreciate the Fortel. Easy evade for the lost here. There you go. Hmm. Soldier and knight. Knight is oh my god. I'm gonna keep on saying this. This is exactly how my other run was going today. With knight. I like the steel bonus. Which I feel like I haven't really optimized previously. But shield 3 and steel, so bonus equal to this hero's current shields. So if the knight already has some shields going on, the shields could be just shared to another friend and everybody's feeling shielded up. And that can be fairly pog. Also, we had the flute item earlier, and to where the cantrip where when you roll it, you get shields to every ally. So that was really benefiting with the steel keyword. I'd like to get something to that effect. Or just like is it the pendant with the incoming shields, I believe? Or shield cantrips as well. That's pretty good. I think that's good. Like that. Cantrips? Hmm. So bandit will flee. I like that. And you already know what's up. Okay, that's lethal. Playing earlier, notice if you right click where dice are, it will arrange them in a nice order in the center of the screen. Okay, I've accidentally done that before, and I didn't know how I did that. So that's good to know. That it does it like in this little line here, right? Yeah. Okay. Thank you for the tip. I definitely appreciate it. And that's just like a nice little feature to have, right? Ooh, I love lead boots. Um, it's just like very strong in my opinion. It's kind of awkward here. I think I can just do it with the knight, though, or vampire. But the heal is kind of awkward. Yeah, go ahead and take over, Diva. Why don't you do that? Just go ahead and pop in to my physical location. Just take over for me. And I'll call it a night early. Oh man, it's amazing how many people want to play this game but not play it for themselves. But that's a lot of roguelites, to be honest. And so I can't throw too much shade. I get it. What if we just put the stats here? I mean, it's kind of unfortunate with the exert, but I really don't want it on the cantrips because we want to keep on rerolling this, right? To lock it down would feel oof. And this is practically an X when you're not being attacked. So I don't want it. I don't want this on a character with two X's either. Yep. Okie dokie. Mana seems optimal. We're not going to be able to overkill Slate in any regard, so Bandit is sticking around. Poison seems pretty good then. That's good, and that is good. Hitting Slate seems ideal. And I am drinking coffee right now at 9:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time like a madman. But to be fair, I did not have coffee later in the day. I am planning to do, a fairly late stream, maybe until 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here. And then additionally, I was definitely sipping on some Kolsch beers earlier. So I was like, I need a little coffee. If we want any sort of um, coherent commentary coming onto the stream. So, it's for everybody's benefit. It is some Starbucks veranda, and it is my favorite. You stay caffeinated? Honestly, me too. And not to like a crippling detriment, you know? I typically will stop drinking coffee at 5 o'clock. The thing is, I feel the effects probably most minimally in comparison to other people, to where I could drink a coffee caffeinated and then very quickly go to bed. Now, also in the exact same breath, I am a bad sleeper. I can fall asleep, but then I might wake up earlier, or I'm very quick to wake up. I'm sure there's no correlation in that at all. So lost, you're just getting out of here no matter what, right? So let's just put the damage into the bandit. No, of course not. Of course. Cantrips? Okay, honestly, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love cantrips. I've been really excited about poison recently, especially with the run we just had last night with the venom, and it was the eccentric, I believe, but eccentric just had that relic to where it was basically duplicate the venom class altogether. So I can really dig it. Poison is not only good, but it's kind of fun, you know. There's definitely some calculations to be made for poison, whether it's like facially apparent, but it can be pretty strong. And I do not like this hoarder and collector archetype where it's almost one of everything. Basically, your ideas are like you have the ability to have some versatility. You can take on some different fights, some different scenarios, kind of cover your bases, but really you do it in the most minimal way possible, right? I mean, these stats are not convincing. Yeah, jack of all trades, master of none. Absolutely, you're dead on. Uh, right in my sentence. Um, it's it's not convincing. It doesn't do anything um, overwhelmingly effective. It doesn't lead you into doing anything broken, right? And that's kind of the name of the game. You want to be able to have a defined archetype or method or scaling, something that says, this is what I'm rolling with. And having such minimal pips or stats on a class like this, it's just like something you might need transitionally, but does not certainly smith or round, excuse me, not round you out. It doesn't smooth out your best characteristic. So I think we'll do this. Poison is a way to start rolling, in my opinion. Plus some cantrips going on. How can you say no? That's a great roll here. I'll take the max HP. I think we'll roll. I would like to land on poison. I could use the evade for rogue and thus shield seer. I think that's acceptable. And 2 damage is probably going to be the best you're going to get. Let's reroll for 3 mana. Okay, didn't get it. Just trying to speak it into existence. Doing a meager 2 damage here. Definitely just a block turn. Do this again, that's fine. I do want the poison down. Maybe we should try to roll for the poison on Seer then? Hey, look at that. Cantrip? Cantrip me again, Hoarder. I commend you, sir. I'm usually not a fan of getting a Slimer activated to where they can roll like right after a split, but just getting that poison down was very effective. This is a good turn. Let me roll again, see if I can land a cantrip. That's fine. We can do it like this then. Cantrip gamer here. If I'm known for anything, I want to be known for cantrips. And don't you forget it. Cantrips are a way of life. And how can you really refute such immediate effects, such as immediate value, immediate damage, and immediate animations? You have a nice little dagger being thrown that way. Who doesn't not excuse me, who does not like some simple little animated daggers being thrown across the screen? Nice and cozy atmosphere that I'm going for. Double X is not okay. Never mind. Let me just stop talking there. Yikes. No longer as yikes. Think I'm gonna keep this. Just imagining throwing daggers into goop. Yeah, imagine like you just have like kitchen knives into some Nickelodeon slime. It's basically the equivalent in another setting, right? Just stabbing Jello, yeah. I've also really appreciated the cruel keyword recently, right? You can definitely get some heavy value from that. Mm. Okay, let's lock it in. Move on. You know what? I just remembered a little story slash update. See, I don't like syringe here. When do you want to rely on having 2 or less characters? You never want to. Don't get me wrong, +5 is strong, but especially at this level, what are you doing that's overwhelmingly convincing to have to take an item that's +5 if you only have 2 characters left? Unless you maybe had a res mechanic, still even then, to where your characters are going to have half health. I don't know. Seems like you can get some other things done. And then also mini crossbow. Is it furthest right? Engage as well. Hmm. I really like this. This is strong. Let me just put it on Hoarder for now, right? Probably the best thing I could land on with Hoarder. I should also put this on somebody. Seems good near the end where it's tough to keep everyone up, but not great now. Yeah, and that's true. It's kind of like a bailout method towards the one of the final bosses, right? Especially when each individual's die are or dice. I don't know how you would phrase that. When all dice are impactful in their own right. So if you had +5 to all sides, maybe that could actually carry, or at least finish the job in some aspect. Oh, but so my little story and update is, and this will actually hit almost close to home for Dave. So my some of my law school buddies and I are in a fantasy football league, and I've mentioned this once before, but not to its final conclusion. Um, we're in a fantasy football league where you have a small dollar buy-in. First, second, third get small prizes or proportional prizes, and as on par with the meta and the trend of modern fantasy football leagues. In last place, there is a punishment. And with my fellow 3Ls, what punishment did we land on? We landed on doing 10 minutes of original stand up at a local open mic night slash bar slash miniature scene near our school. Dave, it is Scruffy City Hall, if you're familiar. 10 minutes of original stand up. And who else would come into last place and cemented into that position for the rest of the season other than yours truly, Feisty Saint? And as of, I think it was just this last weekend, I am now on notice that I have to do said 10 minutes of stand up probably sometime in mid January. Hasn't been finalized of what the date is, but um, yeah, it is actually coming to fruition. I did give an update probably maybe 2 months ago, just a third of the way into the season, how it was going, and it was not going well. So I have had some inclination that I would have to provide some material just in case, and I have gotten a head start on it, I guess. But nevertheless, it is something I'm going to have to follow through with, which I didn't expect. Especially because, particularly, I am an avid sports fan. NFL is no exception. And I definitely knew what I was doing. But at the end of the day, it's gambling. And sometimes the odds are just not in your favor. So that is in my future in the upcoming year of 2023. And I'll definitely recap about it on stream. And Dave, I definitely encourage you to check it out. Recorded for YouTube. Oh my god. But and I'll keep you personally updated for whenever that gets locked in for date wise. I'm sure it'll be kind of spread around. I am excited for it. It'll be fun. I'm not a person who gets terribly embarrassed. I'm usually if I'm the butt of the joke, I'm having fun as well. So I'm glad that I can be a target for it rather than some people in our league who I would heavily question how much enjoyment they'd be getting out of it. Probably nearly non-existent. Um, am I thinking of mimicking another stand-up or taking inspiration? Very good question. So I am a person that's, I would say, fairly avid about stand-up in general. I've grown up listening to various comedians, different styles. Whether if you want to just like say limit a style to PG 13 R G, I know a lot of different just pure avenues you could take, as well as several different comedians within those say ratings, I guess. Um, and I would say that, like, you could go into ways where you're just delivering pure jokes, like one-liners, right? You're almost doing one-liner back to back to back to back to back to back. Almost nothing is like building off of each other, while some others are just delivering stories. Some are maybe like more observational, like I guess your cop out answer for that aspect would be like, what's the deal with airplane food? Blah 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 blah. You know, you've made an observation, you build upon it, you probably have a punchline by the third sentence, something like that. And I think that I'm a mix of story and observation. I definitely have some very entertaining stories up my sleeve that don't think I will share for stream. Maybe another day. But I've also practiced these stories already, just in my nature, um, and they're fun. But I also am a person who just oh wait, I wanted those who just does observe things and question them and think, or at least entertains oneself throughout life. Like why is that a thing? You know. So um, as also a newly married man, I would have a little bit more of like some G material, maybe like PG 13, I guess, of just something in that aspect. I don't want to say like super G like Jim Gaffigan. Jim Gaffigan could be funny, but you know, something a little bit more. John Mulaney has stories and is kind of observational, but he also has more of a shtick, right? He kind of like he kind of talks like this at times, or like he's back in the 30s. Like you know, something to that aspect. Um, yeah, he does. Uh, but so something like that. I don't know if I could really lay it down to one character. I've like I said, I've watched a lot of comedians. I like some Dave Chappelle, which is a little bit more controversial. Not like the stuff where he just throws um, people of certain sexual orientations under the bus. That's really not that cool. But where he is observational and then like kind of does push it to the edge and then says something and like you're almost like just forced to laugh um, because of its crude nature to a certain capacity. Um, so I'm familiar with that. It's not really my take, but familiar with that. Also, I do love Jim Jeffries. I feel like he has very educated, controversial takes, um, but they are funny, and the way he delivers them are well crafted. If you haven't seen him, he has some bits on gun control. He's an Australian, and he just really confronts the U.S. audience, like you know what is. I don't want to say what is the deal. That sounds like a cop out, but just like WTF? Are you really kidding me? How can you really back this? Um, who else? I like Michael Shea. He's one of the SNL updates comedians. You remember Jeffries? Yeah, he's pretty good. I'm also familiar with Brian Reagan, who is one of those shtick people. Who's like, he's a wild and crazy guy. I've got some wild stories. I'm I'm a mid 40s to 50 year old man, but I'm still buzzed and wild. So I get that, but not my thing. Um, who else? Man, I slaughtered a man. um, who else? Random tier zero. Ray Slimelets? Should we? I kind of want to see it. Let's why not? Dead branch. Replace the bottom sign with one damage, single use. That's really funny because the literal title of Dead Branch is one of the most broken relics in Slay the Spire. Has a completely different um, usage, of course, and mechanics. But then this is a tier zero item here in this game, and it's practically garbage. It's kind of funny. I feel like this game takes on a lot of Slay the Spire influence. Um, Cantrips. Do I actually want these cantrips on anybody? I don't think I do anymore. I don't think I do. Found Dead Branch, Pasta Master, you know it. Glad you can appreciate uh, the allusions here. I'm trying to think because I've watched so much stand. I really have. That's one of my go tos for Netflix of just seeing. Oh, I forgot my phone died. Rip. Um, just one of my go tos. Um, Tom Segura. I think is really funny. Like some of his older stuff. He is also one of those observational pieces. Some stories, not a lot of stories, but some, and maybe like 30 seconds to a minute of a story. Uh, he's pretty good. I've seen a little bit of Bert Kreischer, of course, because he's adjacent to Tom Segura. Kreischer is funny in some aspects. I think he gets old quickly. Um, Depends what kind of mood you're in, but he has some good bits. Okay, this is 5 damage, and that's one, so I can maybe just help take out. I can take out this quartz. Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura, Dave Chappelle, Jim Jeffries, Jim Gaffigan, Brian Reagan, John Mulaney. Hmm. Oh, my dad and I kind of grew up on John Panette, and if you're not familiar with John Panette, that's totally reasonable. He is, and I don't mean this in like an offensive way. He is or was a very very fat comedian, and his whole shtick was, "I am fat. I am very very fat. Like I will close down a buffet fat," kind of thing. Um, and he's funny, but if you don't know him, he had some bits on like Laugh Radio or Laugh USA. And if you've ever seen Seinfeld, or if you're very familiar with Seinfeld, he was in an episode where um, the cast were maybe in like vacation or in a different state or something. Maybe it was like Vermont, where they saw somebody get burgled and they did nothing to intervene. And then Kramer was held um, responsible for not intervening, just as like the bystander statute um, held. And so, anyways, the victim was John Panette. Coincidentally, he was very fat, and like they were making fun of how tubby he was and that he was getting robbed. Um, Very odd to just throw a fat comedian into that scenario, but nevertheless, so that's what happened. But he is actually very funny, or was. He passed reasonable, well, not not reasonably, but of course to a heart attack. These slimelets are doing jack. Hmm. Let's keep on rolling. I do like the cleave. Take that. Let's do this. I think we'll just foretell. Hmm. Another comedian I like, where he definitely pushes that edge. But I think it is well crafted, just in his delivery and like succinctness of his lines. Is Anthony Jeselnik, particularly his album Thoughts and Prayers. It's pretty good if you haven't listened to it. We can take that. Okay, we have 5 damage. We do. Go ahead and attack you. We have several mana to do whatever we please with. Ending turn. Tankard? +1 to all sides for each stack of poison on you. That is interesting. We don't have anything that would innately cause ourselves to be poisoned. Now that would be pretty good with Doctor if we were to kind of go into that because you apply poison to on um all your allies. I would imagine that's your like best case scenario, right? There's also the relic wine to where you start poisoned with 1 and the enemy with max HP starts with 1 poison. Demon Horn, replace the rightmost side with heal 2 boost inflict pain. Now I feel like I've seen this relic before and I've never used it personally. Target gets +2 to all sides this turn. Add pain to target sides for a turn. Hmm. Now, of course, that's kind of just like a sole benefit on Berserker and its pain sides, right? Also, really good with cleave, just for increasing cleave damage. Vampire's attacks are negated for the heal and damage aspect. Actually, you still just get 2 heal. Same with Berserker. Well, not quite. You're -2 HP less of the damage you would normally take. Hmm. I don't think that. Hmm. That's a tough take. I don't know if anything is particularly convincing. Unless you just wanted to take Tankard. Just because if you are inflicted with poison, it can be very significant. I would think that Vampire can benefit from that the most, right? If you have the max HP and heals to all your characters, and that's increased, like a 3 AoE. Berserker would only be this. Rogue would also benefit. I think that's takeable. Now, it's hard because you're not like lining it up with anything in particular, right? You don't have any say in the matter. Let's go here. I don't think I need it on these. At least not now. Very tough, very tough. So Rogue is poison. That's the character that's getting poison. Let's just evade. I want the ghost to be procced. Should we foretell? That sounds pretty good. Bones. And I'm hoping for some cantrips to activate against the bones. Hopefully not the spiker. F. There's like no way I'm predicting Berserker here, so I should just go ahead and take the damage. That is practically inevitable. Really, Seer? We'll go here. I'd rather have the poison on Spiker, so that lingers. Oh my god. Poison? Um... No, I think... man, that's tough. Okay, yeah. We've lost two characters that fight, but I'm not discouraged. Weaver. I love Crush. A really good damage spell. 3 damage flanking. Flanking hits the top and bottom targets. You have mana, like the mana bomb or whatever, but it's not getting too much value right now. We have Vampire as providing 2 mana right now, but no other classes are providing mana in any other fashion. I like the boost on Witch. I particularly am in love with the Cleanse, as well as Weekend. Ooh, I don't know how I can really pass up on the Witch here. It's just kind of all that we need right now. Yeah. Onward. Baron is usually so easy. Actually, maybe I could have just made the Weaver good with Baron. Don't get me wrong, it's strong to be taking the mana bomb against Baron, but in the next couple fights, what's our way to actually spawn that mana for ourselves? I would like to land the evade on a rogue. It's that easy, ladies and gentlemen. Put your mind to it. You can do it. I like the boost on the cleave, naturally. I think I should hold off on the damage from Knight. Unless you want to tell me I should go ahead and proc my ghost, then that I can get into. Okay. Ouch. I think we're taking the mana here. I want to see cleave. Cleave me? Nope. Who's attacking? Great. Just Baron. Ouch. Hmm. No reason to actually spend this right now. Do I want boost or do I want mana? Actually. Oh, wait. Are you poisoned right now? Wait, don't I have Tankard on you? +1 to all sides for each stack of poison on you. So why aren't you... Why aren't you increased? Are you not poisoned? Oh, wait, that's incoming, so it's not affected yet. Right. Okay, I like this on Berserker. That's 4 damage. I think I want the heal cleave then on Witch. Come on. Okay. And let's end the turn with a Foretell. Investing 3 mana to gain 4 mana next turn. Boost. Cleave. Take the poison. And I guess I'll take the X. Actually, we have some characters dying here. Hmm. Well, no, not actually dying. Foretell again. Summoning more bones. We want the witch to get some heals, which we can do with Salve. Salve is a pretty powerful skill. 1 mana heal too. I think I should just go for the onslaught of damage. If 22. 13, and then you're triggered like every other turn. I think I actually just get there. I do. Sick. Replace the middle side with 1 damage to all heroes and monsters. Rampage can be reused if it was lethal. I don't think I have the significant like AoE support on my characters to where I can really make this pop off. I mean, it's good small scale, right? And I could even boost it. But which character am I replacing their middle side with? Maybe Berserker. Hmm. What's this one? +1 to the left side. Not like convincing either. I can see Spinning Scythe though. it's going to be more calculations, but I definitely see the value in it. You can also get a random tier 6 item. Let's look at our tiers just very quickly. See what we could be theorizing. Add cantrip to the rightmost side. Pristine to the middle side. Set all sides to 2. Turn 1. Max. Oh, there are some good 6 items. I wouldn't want like that, though, I don't think. Chain is kind of eh. That's kind of eh. Let me, well, what do we think? It's either spinning scythe or a random tier 6. You know what? I haven't taken it. Let's play with it. And I'm going to put it on our Berserker. It's a pretty cool icon, though. We do have some AoE heals, and we have 1 mana heal too, so we can help with the effect. Okay, here we go. For instance, so we want to get characters in increments of HP, hopefully one off from one another to where you can just spam it, or maybe 2 off if we get the boost on Berserker. AoE heals also seem like a good caution. Ralph is barking outside. Good start. Then we'll heal in a second, right? I think we'll start with this. Just do it one more time. Heal. Do we need to heal, or should we just save the mana? I think we just save it, right? Nothing that incentivizes us on spending the mana right now, at least, so, you know. Cleanse? Nothing here seems persuasive. I like the boost. Let's roll. Didn't get the AoE. That's okay. I need to kill the Caw Egg before it summons another call. That can just go here. I believe we're just healing our Knight. Berserker. And take care of our Knoll. Actually, let's do this. And put it into the call, so that way the poison starts taking them down. Yep. Good enough. So we've already slandered the yellow classes of Hoarder. I can't remember what the tier 2 one was. And then Curator. Oh, Collector. Hoarder, Collector, and Curator. And I'm still not really convinced here. Warlock. We do have AoE heals. Some big heals. Actually, also 2 mana Bloodlust. Bloodlust. Bonus equal to the number of damaged enemies. And with Berserker's little Whirlwind here, we can get some big mana on these turns. Also, 6 mana, 13 damage. I'd really like to do something like that. Take the Warlock here. I haven't taken a Warlock in a hot minute, but they're good. Also, no HP penalty when defeated, so if we're taking the damage, or like killing ourselves to get the mana, Warlock will come back with full HP. That seems pretty valuable. That could just take care of the sniper. AoE heal. Doesn't seem necessary. Okay, Warlock, I see you. Block the Knight? Actually, let's block our Warlock. Do we? No. We block our... Let's block our Berserker, in case they need to deal the damage that AoE or the pain effects typically carry with the Berserker class. We just need to damage Hydra 5 times. So we want the cantrips rolled, and we'd like more mana for burst. Acceptable. We get there? I don't think we got there. Did we get there? Just barely. Okay. Iron Helm, a flat +6 max HP. Not bad. Hey, Darkus. Hope you're doing well tonight. Hope your Tuesday's gone splendid. Good to see you, pal. Charge. Shield 2 boost single cast. Can only be cast once each fight. Can definitely do that on Berserker, so that way you don't have to land the boost on Witch. We can do a pretty big like Whirlwind turn. I like it. Let's take it. And let me let my dog in. Just one moment, please. Okie dokie. We typically want this on like a character that's gonna have some survivability. I think Knight has that going for itself. Onward. So we could potentially overkill Snake, and we have something like that lined up right now. And thus, both these two bandits would be fleeing. We have it locked and loaded right now, actually. Hard to say no. Weaken? I think I want cleanse or just mana. Or even boost. Cleanse on our knight. I want our witch to remain the poison or remain poisoned for what's incoming, because since we have tankard, +1 to all sides for each stack of poison on you. So we'll have +2 to all sides on witch. That'd be pretty strong. They don't know what they're getting themselves into. Bandit is killing Berserker, though. I guess I don't care. Well, actually, these two will leave, so we should just heal our Berserker after they've self-damaged. Yes. There you have it. Hey up. Can you see what's going on behind me? Just they're just kind of watching. Hey puppies. Not getting into any trouble at all. Just watching, nothing at all. Why would you even be suspicious? Huh. Why? Your dog is on the bed with you? I love that. Hope you're getting some Puppo cuddles. Um, Little puppy Honey was the maximum cuddler with me last night. Um, my wife is on night shift right now for her second night of 3 shifts right now, and I took puppy to bed, and as I was like settling in, she kept on scooting in right beside me. As I was like trying to adjust, she would adjust to get closer to me. I was like, oh my god, hello. She is a cuddle bug, and I am obsessed. Ooh, burst and the engage will nearly kill bandit, and then this should overkill. Thus, that bandit is gone. Or you actually just kill. Okay, well, each their own then. That's fine. Just can't do math, but hmm. Bloodlust, more mana, which I like, especially since we have the charge spell. And we're no longer doing cantrips, so that's fine to stray off of. And you're kind of the like reliable tier threes. Sharpshot's good, and I really like the echo keyword, like poison. I really like poison. Don't want dancer unless we were to do something with that, with the rampage, trying to get our berserker and dancer kind of feeding off one another, or feeding into the other's actions. Ludus? No. Bad list, like I said, is fine. Do not want roulette, and fencer does not seem very powerful, except for the 1 damage to all enemies with our bloodlust mana gain on warlock. That is strong, but we already have some cleave effects. Um, I feel like you're not doing too much more than what Knight is right now. We can get some better gray character impacts. Let's take the dab list. Yeah, get on in here. Okay. Onward we go. We can get a boost. What I'll be boosting, nobody knows, but we'll figure it out. I hate that you rolled your 1x, but I won't be too bitter. Just a little bitter. Let's see. I would really like the Whirlwind on you. Can you make that happen for me? Okay. So boosting here. Boost our Warlock. And I think we're just gonna be blocking with our mana. Your dog is here. Hey, no worries for AFK. As a general standard for this chat for everyone, feel free to be AFK. Feel free to lurk. I am an avid lurker. Nobody looks harder than me in other channels. But do love that your dog is there. Hope everybody's getting some doggo cuddles or pet cuddles, whatever is available to them. Again, we're just chilling here. I think I need to cause some damage to Slate if I can. I think I'm gonna save the charge later as well. That sounds fine to me. Plus, I don't want to shield the witch too much. Any update on affiliate? So I ended my stream last night. As I mentioned, I was just missing the requirement of 3 average viewers per hour that I streamed. I had, I'm surprised, in 30 days, I've actually streamed 58 hours. It's honestly incredible that I've done that much. I can't believe it with everything else that's been going on in my life. Um, so last night's stream brought the average viewership from like 2.2 to 2.92. So it was like right up there to where I could almost just go ahead and pull the trigger and apply it. But so far with tonight's numbers, it seems like I'll just be able to actually do it, which I'm very excited about. I can't. It sounds weird to be like I cannot wait to end the stream, but um, it will be rewarding, and I'm very excited. So hopefully that is in the cards for tonight after stream. But don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, we still have plenty of slice and dice before that. 6 damage, Death Wish. Let's do that. Block. I'm gonna need some heals here. That's actually pretty good because it's multiplied. Don't think I want Knight to be exhausted. I like the shield that Knight can provide for now. We could just blaze, but we need Witch to stay alive. We do like the poison Witch has. Again, we're just gonna keep this going on. I don't want to exhaust our attack here. But yeah, we're really close. Thank you for asking, Dave. Warlock. Oh my gosh. Look at all this mana. Do I want the cleave heal? I might. I could almost just kill the Troll King. That would help. This would do it. That, I think I want to re-roll this. Want to re-roll this. Okay. Oh, thank you, Arcana. I appreciate the kind words. Yes, I am very excited for the potential / likelihood of doing it. I've been looking forward to this for a long time. I remember I started in April, and I really have been grinding this stuff as much as I can, especially while in law school and also having a job, like an actual job for 20 hours, and being married and having uh, 2 golden retrievers, as well as her family and my family nearby. I don't want to make excuses for time, but I've certainly had no shortage of time not spent, to say. So I'm glad I've been able to do it. This is so unfortunate. Yeah, first thing it is typically the first thing on the chopping block. If you can excuse it for it being gone, it's so eager or it's so easy for it to be just removed from your daily schedule. But um, a wise sentiment that I've heard in some different scenarios is that you make time for what you care about at the end of the day. Um, and I've really, really tried to invest time into this, as well as other aspects of my life, of course. But um, can't say it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Okay, I do not appreciate all this. Okay, not dead. Barely not dead. Ooh, that's one hell of a roll. 50-50 if I roll this. Excuse me, 50-50 if I roll anything on Warlock. Only 30, not even 30, 16.7% chance that I roll a Bloodlust. Do I just take the mana? I can't blaze. I think I have to roll this. Okay, wait. Let's do some math. Math is your friend in all scenarios. Heal 5. You save the Berserker. You can save the Warlock. 2020 suspicious. Is that to my math as a friend comment? Uh, well, not a friend to all, to say the least, maybe. It is a friend to those who accept it. Dabless can heal Warlock, I think. So let's Berserker first. Gain that, then do this, and then we spend some of the mana healing Witch. We hold this? We hold this in case we can actually blaze next turn. Likelihood is minimal, especially with these rolls. Holy freaking crap. Okay, that's a lot of mana though. I think that's gonna help us tremendously. I think I'll have to count that in. Curse. Yeah, look at this. We blazing it up in here. PG-13 stream here, by the way. Ooh. How often do you get to see that? Ooh. Flames consume you. I wish I could undo this achievement. Undo 500 times unlocks 11 items. Add engage to all basic heal signs. Wait, that's a really good tier 0 item. Turn 15. Why is this so funny? Oh. That's unfortunate. Thank you, Deeve. Appreciate it. That's exactly what I was about to do. Turn 15 plus 15 to all sides. Why is this hilarious? I would love to see that. Fidget spinner. Replace the middle target or middle side with target hero can use their dice again. Duplicate. Wait, these items are cracked for tier zeros. Add sipped to the left side times 7 if this has the same value as the 6 previously used dice. This turn? Okay, that's clearly wonky. You'd have to have Well, hell, what would you have to have? I'm sure twin would be better. Interesting. Flea. Wow, these are really cool items. Okay, I don't know about that. Yeah, definitely technically possible. Hope you're doing well, Rufus. Glad to see you. Times one. And I do see the effect of this. Like, you can remove some of the negative consequences. But that's really cool. Because that would be paired with your convert heals to shields. Wandcraft. Replace all sides with single-use mana sides, retaining their original value and keywords. And add era and minus one to all sides. So basically, everybody has not everybody. Every side has era, but it comes with the consequence of starting off at a slower pace. That's really good with Witch. That's really good. Okay, so let's think about the keywords with Wandcraft. Nothing exciting here. You haven't figured out that many good uses for Wandcraft yet? Yeah. I mean, like, Pain would be terrible. Times two if you're dying this turn. That is something. And then Pristine times two if you have full HP. Not applicable at the moment. Oh, Steel. Bonus equal to this hero's current shields. Could be, you know, effective if you have other characters shielding frequently. Stablis could do it. But I think these are all very unrealistic scenarios or just utterly too specific without enough payoff. I think Cocoon just seems like the right choice with Witch here. Wandcraft depends on spell selection, I know. Yeah. I mean, that can also help. Like, you want your mana. Okay, so whatever sides that you're replacing with mana, right? You want your mana to be doing something impactful naturally. It is good with Warlock since you have something to do with such large amounts of mana, but again, we don't have a lot of likelihood of building that up. So Cocoon is what I'm going to be picking. And I hope you're doing well, Yef. Good to see you again, as always. Yeah. I mean, could be good with Berserker. It's just not that good with Warlock. Because one, you don't want your pain mana to be increasing too much, so that way you can still access mana on Warlock without Warlock dying. Bloodlust has its own mechanics to increase in value. This is only single use, and of course you have two X's. Knight, just kind of right? I mean, yeah, not much really to speak upon. Established, all just good stats. Maybe my second target realistically after Witch. But again, you're not doing anything broken with Dablist. You're just kind of solid, right? Like Dablist could be a wand target with the wizard, for instance. But again, just nothing broken. So let's continue. I need to be drinking more water. I'm a little bit behind on some hydration today. I've had too much coffee and beer, and well, I've had some bubbly water, but I don't think that really counts. I typically have a green tea also, like a brewed green tea throughout my day, but I didn't today. I was kind of busy all over the place. Thank you for the hydrate, Steve. What was the pick? Missed it while watering the Christmas tree. One, I love that you're watering your Christmas tree. Shows that you are a real tree person. Not a real tree, a live tree person, as am I. And also, I need to water my Christmas tree. My wife has been doing it recently. Two, we picked the cocoon, so that way Witch's stats would be increased with Era. Because particularly boost, then that way other characters benefit from the Era as well. You have Cleave, which is great. The Weaken is really significant with the Era, right? So all around good. So here I want either the cleanse heal, cleave heal, or mana. And I think I just kind of want mana for this turn, at least for turn one. I think I'll stick with cleave then, especially since Warlock's taking damage. I could heal here. Do I have a way to do something with this? I might. Let me. I think it's still going to be our best option. I'll have to puzzle it out. Oh, maths. Math, math, math. So, let's start. Right? I think we're always doing this. We are doing this. Oh, no, no, no. One off. Damn. But I'm gonna like kill my heroes. Okay, wait. Let's undo. Let us do this first. Charge. Math is dope. Thank you for being an avid math supporter. We need more of you. This is gonna be a fat turn. What? Wait, an unlocked item. Demonic deal. +2 to all sides and add pain. Kill 5 monsters with a single ability. Okay. I don't want to kill 2 of my characters. So let's do some healing first, right? That sounds good. Let's do that. Now we can do that. And we got some massive heals again. Can we do it again? Just heal Dablist and then Berserk. And we're good. Fanatic will kill itself. What is this? I don't know if I've seen the purple option. We'll see. Hmm. Not really the classes that I was thinking of. I mean, add self heal and self shield is acceptable. One, it's acceptable with Warlock. You can gain your mana without hurting yourself. In fact, it's a net positive of as far as HP goes. Um, you can also do it to Berserker. So Berserker. Wait, does Berserker take the damage as well? Yes, it's all heroes. I wasn't sure if it said all heroes or other heroes from memory. But again, it is self heal, not self shield. Imagine if it was heal like all heroes. That'd be crazy. Repel is okay. Bash could be pretty interesting. I like to have a bash mechanic. I don't like heavy. I don't like exert. We're not gaining too much block, except for this, but that's still rare. Eh. I, but I'm just not sure, but I'm convinced. Take here. I think it's keeper. I think keeper is just solid, not broken, but solid. Okay, what's this? Swap keeper with witch. No side effects. Okay, I see this. I see where there are relics that are like, copy here above, right? So you could reorder your characters. Um, if that were to happen, if we were to find such relics, we would want Keeper to copy the Witch. Isn't that right? Rather than say our weakest characters are Keeper and Berserker, then Dablist and like Witch and Warlock are pretty tight. So if we had the ability for Keeper to copy Witch, we would, wouldn't we? I would think so. We wouldn't want Keeper copying Berserker. It's not terribly impactful. Berserker copying Dablist would still be a possibility. And I don't want Warlock to copy Witch because Warlock is doing its kind of its own thing. I'd rather have Witch and Warlock than, excuse me, like two Witches, one Warlock, than having two Witches, one Keeper. That makes sense? I hope that makes sense. If that doesn't make sense, I'm sorry. But so I think switching seems good here. Okay. Hmm. I was just thinking, do we want the +1 on Dablist where like one, everything is of value. Two, they're reliable values. Um, three, you're not getting an X. And almost every time you can do something with them, even with heals because of Berserker or Warlock. And I would hate to be landing on a blank, really. So you don't hate it either. Yeah, I think that's fair. Yep, that's fine. Um, Mana here? Yeah, that's fine. Oops, puppies. I accept that, Dorcas. One moment, please. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Um, I didn't realize my phone was still dead. I thought I had plugged in the charger, but the other one wasn't working, so I had to go get another one. But my in-laws were trying to check in on me, just making sure I got home safely. And so then they came down, like, "Hey, we tried calling you." I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And they're like, "Okay, just making sure you're okay." And then them coming down the stairs. My dogs are always activated, but yes, they they are active woofers, I guess. Yep, as the woofing is continuing. Jeff says only counter I can think of is there's a world where you actually want to try fishing for mana on Dablist. Yeah, activating that 6 mana spell. Yeah, I agree. That's my only hesitancy, and I think that to not lock in one of our few characters as providing block is just the slight notion of um like something more meaningful, right? Just barely, but otherwise that's exactly what I had in my head. Show me block. Speaking of, huh? Hey, okay, I like this. I would love the whirlwind. Oh, okay. So I think I'm just doing that. Easy, easy mana. So who's dying? Berserker, which we can kill. Or we can do this. It's a little better there, huh? Love more mana. I think I'll take the heal here. Repel. Could just repel the red, and thus they both take damage. They both take 2 damage. Okie dokie. All good. One moment. Let me text my wife here. Okie dokie. Just gotta be a dutiful husband and a dutiful dog dad. Happy to be. Add echo to all sides. Copy the value of previously used dice this turn. Now that can lead to some broken things. Let's look at a Goblet of Life. I don't know if I've seen this. Replace the middle side with heal and shield to cleave. Self heal, self shield. So it's just like strong effects, but it doesn't have rescue on it, which I would imagine something like this would. And I don't think I'm misreading it. It doesn't have cleanse. I feel like this should be a lower tier item. Am I underrating this? It's solid, you know, but like tier 9, really? I wonder if the expectancy is that maybe by tier 9 items, you're expected to have like boost or some other mechanics to where if you were then to feed into this, it's pretty strong. And so if you were given availability to it too early, it might be broken, but I think you could at least drop it to tier 8, right? At least, if not maybe 7. I don't know, maybe I'm underrating it. That's my initial impression of it. Heal and shield too. Cleave, self heal, and self shield. So you could actually hit up to 4 characters with it, right? Which again is strong, but I just feel like it's not innately broken. So who knows? Dolphin definitely wins runs. Dolphin is broken. Well, can you call it broken? It's strong. It's definitely worth being tier 9. I'll say that at least. So where do we want to get broken? Hmm. You don't want it with Cocoon because then I don't think Cocoon will keep the value. It shouldn't, at least. Okay. What if we then put Cocoon to here? Take your stats down, but they'll increase. Then you add your Echo to here. So that way you have reliable, like, 4 value pips, and you can apply that to boost. Well, then it actually would detract from your heal cleanse, but increase your weakness, increase your cleave, increase your mana. What about this? It could increase your repel significantly, but like, how much do you really care about that? It could do something crazy. Oh wait, order, right? Yeah, you could do something crazy with this. I don't think you're going to though, because you're more than likely to just like either kill yourself or kill your fellow allies. That's particularly not great either. Warlock has its own valuable tips, and Bloodlust kind of will go already off of what you've been deciding off of, I guess. I think this, where I found the shield thing useful is when you have other middle modifiers. Yeah, like, again, my analysis seems to be that it's good as a stepping stone or a foundation. It's not inherently broken or gonna lead you to broken things. If you've got all the tools already set up for it, then I'm sure it's a good way to probably give you some survivability if that's particularly what you're lacking. But also, if you're lacking survivability, you might be lacking like urgency with your damage, which is another problem you might be having. Thus, just the self shield and heals might not really be doing it for you, right? Especially if it doesn't have cleanse. Leave repel, right? You could plan for it, but it's hard. Maybe, but then maybe you want something else more valuable with just another tier item. You'd presumably have to have 2 items just for your um middle face, and there are other middle faces that you typically want on characters. I don't know. It's all very speculative, but who's to say? I I think this. I think this, right? Because you could increase boost, you could increase weakness. These reliable values are increasing. We don't care that whatever we land on, well, hopefully not heal, but we don't care whatever we land on first, presumably. And then our witch can just copy whatever value Dabble has. The weakest one would be 3 starting off, but you could still then just copy that onto boost, and that's pretty strong. I like it. Because then you could also just boost repel. You could boost, then do your whirlwind, boost block, boost self heal, boost mana. Lot to be happening. Nice. Okay. Okay. So there's your boost. Um. Phew. So right now you could do 5. You could cash in your 5 value, right? You can then boost your berserker to where it's the base is 3 plus 5, so 8, and it's 8 times 2, which is 16. That will take Troll down to 2 health. That's pretty sick. I think we're locking that in every case, right? Do we have 2 more damage we can through mana? Problem is that we just have to use this HP. But not really much of a problem if you're just dealing 16 damage, am I right? Oh, then we can repel. Take care of that. Mana? Heal. We could have done that, but that's okay. I think we should just do some healing, especially if we have to go into a whirlwind turn. And let's even do block. Self heal and self shield. Could be good for our berserker. I like the weaken. We can take care of Hydra. Well, maybe you should actually go into something else. I like that. Maybe whirlwind. Oh, okay. So we will do this, and then we'll do that. This? This is not the music I was really looking for. Whirlwind? I'd rather just have the repel on the yellow. Weaken again. Bloodlust again. And I can charge this so I can take out the sniper. Actually, it'd just be better to put it on the repel, right? A charge on the repel. So let's do this. Yeah. Sweet. Ugh. Brawler and Vet. I don't care about Vet. I really like the Death Wish, actually, because whatever boost it could have could be multiplied by 2. How much are we blocking? Eh, just eh. Rampage could be really good with the boost though. So that's just better. I think so. And again, we're applying this because we like this for some situations, and that's a pure upgrade. Don't believe we need cantrips here. Not in this situation. I won't badmouth cantrips. And Hexia. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Will give us a little grief. Like the boost. Rampage. Do we want the rampage? We could definitely be rampaging here. I think we could repel. We could just boost the repel. And then we can actually just not need a rampage, maybe? Yeah. That's good. That's also good. So we are going to block which? Ooh, wait. On hit, attacker deals equal damage to me. I can't remember if that applies to ranged. I think it does. Let me go and test it. It doesn't. That's actually incredible. So by boosting this to 7, it'll deal twice as much to 14. I could also just try to take care of these imps right now. I don't know, but 14 damage on Hexia is very impressive. Yeah, I think I gotta cash that in when you can, right? Then we gain more mana as well. We'll be taking damage. Let's go ahead and just hit one imp in case we want to rampage or do the multi-whirl. Yeah, I mean 14 free damage, especially against Hexia, right? It's hard to say no. I think you got to cash in those big hits against Hexia when you can. Ooh, might just be doing it again. Don't want that. Could just do weaken. Hmm. This also seems good. This does not seem particularly good. Who's killing who? One. I really need to weaken Hexia, don't I? Yeah. I think I gotta roll for block or the AoE. Okay. Wait, I don't need to cash this in, right? It's not the times 2 anymore. Ugh, I'm a fool. Well, okay, I'm not gonna get realistically any other value. Um, man. We just have to say goodbye to Warlock? We can still get there, don't get me wrong, we can definitely get there. So what does our turn look like? Probably taking the 4 damage from Dablist onto an imp, I guess. Then using the weaken onto Hexia. Keeper has +1/+1. Warlock has just the +1 poison because of the weaken and they're getting hit by Hexia. And repel, so we can repel with the Keeper. Yeah, I do think everyone lives here. But I don't know if I can use the 4 mana. I don't think I can. If not, I'm gonna regret it at least. Oh, okay, it's just that easy. Just roll. So we should use this because then the weaken is increased. Let's use this first. You're gonna take some damage. Then we're gonna repel you. Streamer left for sure. No, it was calculated. Trust me. Trust me. Oof. This is tough. Hmm. I think that's my turn. Okay, I like the values going up with the Dabless, but I would like some heal. Okay, that is good heal. I kind of want Cleave heal or just weaken, so that way I'm not getting petrified for 4 sides on Warlock, right? Or I could just heal the Keeper. That's actually pretty reliable. And then Keeper can block for Warlock. But then Warlock cannot reasonably use this. Is that right? I don't think so. Well, no, they can. They can. Am I doing repel or am I just doing shields? Or actually self heal and self shields is probably optimal. We can roll. Okay, what about just shields? That's also fine. I actually just like the value of 5. Hmm. Am I attacking with Dablist? Let's Dablist at 2. Maybe, just for the sake of the boost. I'll take that. I'll accept it. Ouch. Oh, we did roll the one side that would produce value again. Okay, you know what? I think Yef is onto something. I've got some streamer left coming my way. I don't know if I can refute that, really. Take the cleanse again? Do we even need the cleanse? I mean, it would cleanse Warlock, but we got something. Maybe we can just do it for heal then. 2 damage. Ranged. That's the best you're doing. Shield. Okay. Should do this. That. And burn them. Bow burn them. It's just that simple sometimes. Just throw the fire at them. GG. Congrats, Darkus, on your win. Very, very skilled of you. And congrats on your streak as well. Of up to 3. Gotta love it. What does our stats show? Hey, Feisty Fedora, hope you're doing well. Hope that Buffalo Wild Wings is treating you well. And hope you found your keyboard. So Warlock didn't die at all when we actually fully expected them to. And we even put the bone charm for when we expected them to die. But actually very few deaths. Only 5. Yeah. Very, very surprising. Only 16 undos. Does that mean we're getting better about thinking of our turns ahead? Or does it just mean we're too dumb to realize we're even messing anything up and we're not taking the turns back? It could be either. So I'll just leave you to determine that. But very good run. Well, let's should we just keep the streak going?